Hey everybody, this is Earl on the maxproud channel, and today I want to do something that I don't think anybody else has done. I know a lot of you video people out here on YouTube do a lot of video tags, and that is usually a video of 9 to 10 questions that you like people to ask about yourself. I've seen various tags like, let me see, I've seen the mixed girl tag, the boyfriend tag, and all kind of tags. And I don't know, I wanted to try something different today and see if we can do a bass guitar tag. Okay, and I think it's a good way to learn about a lot of you bass guitarists out there in YouTube land. And don't be shy. I won't ask too personal questions. I'll just ask a series of 10 questions that I think bass players are interested in, and you do your video and let everybody know who you are in the bass guitar world. And let's go for it. How about that? Question number one, I would ask, why the bass guitar? Well, for me, that was the bass that I was not necessarily chose, but I was given. I had an uncle who was interested in playing guitar, and this is when I was a kid, like 14, 15, and he bought a used guitar from a person at work. The only thing was the person at work wanted it to be a package deal. They had a bass and a guitar that they wanted to sell together. And my uncle called me up and asked me, he said, "Hey man, I'm about to get these guitar and basses. You want to learn how to play bass?" I said, "Hey, free instrument? Sure, I'll learn, you know." And that's how I came in contact with the bass. I had a good friend who was a drummer, and I would play bass with him, and that's how I started. And it's been with me ever since. And good deal. What can I say? Question two, did you play or did you start out playing on guitar before you played the bass? Yes, I did. I tried. I had an old folk guitar, which I bought through some music company. There was play guitar in 7 days, that kind of thing. It's way back when I was a kid. And I bought the guitar, and it came with this little play record that you put on, and it's supposed to teach you everything. And it really didn't teach me anything. I tried, but the guitar wasn't for me. Interestingly enough, after getting to know bass and playing bass for a while, I then went to the guitar and tried to play it a little more because I had a little more understanding of what a string instrument does. And I play better guitar now, although not great. It's more of a second, third, maybe even fourth instrument rather than the bass here. You know, bass is my instrument. So, question number three, what is your main bass right now? My main bass right here is the Kinnel. If you've seen a video of mine not too long ago, I recently got this. This is one of these, they call them boutique basses, handmade by an independent company. A guy named Mike Kinnel, Kinal, made it. He's located in Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia. And it's a great piece of machinery. I love it. I have a video in my collection of me playing that. You can see how it sounds. It really sounds nice. Question four. Do you prefer a 4, 5, or 6-string bass, or even more? I think they make up to 8-string basses out there. I prefer the 4. Now I know you see a beautiful 5-string in front of you and everything, but I prefer the bass that I learned everything on. That was I still have it in my heart. I mean, the 5-string is more or less necessity. I mean, when the 80s rolled around, there was more synthesizer, bass being played in these pop records, and they were going lower tone than the E on the bass string. So somebody said, well, we're gonna have to, if you want to compete with those synthesizer basses, well, we better get another string down there. And that's when the B came. And hey, don't get me wrong, I love the 5 strings, but my heart will always belong to 4. My heart belongs to 4. Anyway, what's the next question? Who is your first? What is that? Whatever. I can't remember right now. Oh, who's your first bass mentor? The first guy I really hooked on to and looked at him as a mentor is interesting enough Stanley Clarke, and that's before like Larry Graham or Louis Johnson, even James Jamerson. My uncle, when I started getting really interested in bass, that same uncle that got me the bass, he was the one that gave me my first Stanley Clarke record. He says, check this guy out. And he was playing a music called jazz fusion. Now at the time, I knew what jazz was, but I didn't know what fusion was. And jazz fusion is like a mixture of rock, jazz, with some orchestral and classical elements to it. And when I first heard this music, it took me a while to get a hold of it, to grasp it. And especially the way Stanley played, he didn't play at the time. I had my set mind of what a bass player sounded like, and he was way beyond that. He was playing bass as a solo instrument. And but time passed, and I got into him, and I miss playing some of that jazz rock stuff in bands that I was in, because it made you a better musician, made you a little more flowing. And yeah, so Stan the Man was my guy. Why I started. Then I got into the other guys, you know, Larry Graham and Louis Johnson, later on Victor and everybody. You know. Next question. What fingerstyle or playing style do you like? What playing style do you like? Pick, two fingering, or thumping? Well, you can probably tell by my videos that I like the thump style. I really do like playing it. It's fun compared to the other style. It's new, and it always gets a certain reaction from the crowd. You know, it's a great style to learn. You've got like several tutorials all over the internet, all over YouTube and other places how to, and videos you can buy to teach people how to play the thump style. And it's like it never goes out of style. It's so nice. And like I said, you got all these things that can teach you. More and more people, when they start playing bass, actually you got to curb them down and tell them, you got to do the finger style first, then do the thump. Some people don't; they want to go right to the thumping and everything. But yeah, it's very popular, and I always loved it. And yeah, that's my favorite way to play. Let me see, we're up to number 7. What style of music do you love playing bass to? Now, interestingly enough, I know we just got off the funk thing. The style I like, the style of music I like to play on bass, actually, you would think it was funk, but that's second. I like playing Motown. I come from the Midwest, from the Motown area, and in Michigan, and man, it's just a legacy here. You got to know some Motown, you know, and you know. Girl, and just a whole bunch of listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, so I love the Motown stuff, man. And the Motown, even Rick James, Rick James was on Motown. Yeah, I love the Motown stuff. That's my favorite. I've played the Motown stuff, the Motown sound rather, in bands, but I've never been in like a Motown inspired band. We just played nothing but Motown. I'd like to get into one, actually. It'd be pretty fun for me. So yeah, that's like my favorite music. I like to play bass too. Okay. Number 8, do you play upright bass, violin, or synth bass? I never studied bass violin. I wish I would have. I'd probably have more technical ability if I was younger, when I was younger. But no, I did attempt to play it later when I got into the jazz band in high school. I was playing mostly electric, and every once in a while they would pull out the big upright bass, and I'd try to play it. I played it, I think, on a couple tunes on stage, and man, you talk about calluses. You have these calluses upon calluses on your fingers, man. And I'll try to bite them off, and my teacher would say, "No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, you need those. You need those to play." And I found out, that is a technique there where it makes your fingers really rough, and you can handle big thick strings you got to play on the bass viol. And bowing. Only time I learned bowing was when I was really young. I got into playing violin with the school orchestra, which I kind of regret because my mother made me give it up because I was concentrating more on that than my schoolwork. My schoolwork was failing. Because schoolwork, violin, violin's got to go. But later on, I still came back to music, and here I am. So, yeah. So I do play upright, and yet I don't. Kind of. Now, synth bass, I did take keyboard, piano 1, 2, and 3 when I was down in Tallahassee, Florida for a year at Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. All the music majors, I was studying music, and all the music majors had to take 1, 2, 3, and 4 in piano. And that's when I learned some piano technique and play a little piano there. And so, yeah, I can take my bass hand here and run down a synth bass line. I've done it before, though I've never done it on stage. I've done it on like personal work with my tunes that I record and stuff like that when I was trying to put an album out. I did it then. But other than that, I never played it on stage. I'd love to play it on stage. I'd like to get a remote keyboard and see how that would. Number 9. Do you play by ear, read notation, or tablature? I started off playing by ear. I later on started learning to read notation. I'm an okay sight reader. I wish I was better, but at least I know what I'm looking at. I can go there and figure out what I'm doing, and it's pretty cool. I should start practicing reading. I mean, you never know, you might run into a situation that they need a reader. And I actually I think I lost a chance to play a few gigs because I didn't read. So if you're gonna do this bass thing, hey, take some time and do it the right way. Learn how to read. It's important. That tablature that a lot of books read, it's like lines with little numbers on it that you put number 4, second string. You got 4 lines. It represents a string, and it says number 4, second string. You hit that, which is a C sharp. But I was never turned on to that. I thought it was cheating. I'd rather learn it the old-fashioned way. And doing it that way with the tablature and the numbers really doesn't tell you how long you hit the note or how the notes responds. Like there's no half note on the 4. You'd have to see it to know what I'm talking about. But I kind of bypassed the tablature. But I'm not against anybody who does tablature. If you like tablature, go ahead. And I think this is the last one. Yeah, number 10. Is there any instrument you don't play that you wish you could? Yes. I don't play saxophone at all, but I wish I had. I really do wish I had played saxophone because there's something about the saxophone as a lead instrument, man. I mean, it's just so beautiful when you play it, and I've seen people play it, doing all those runs and riffs and everything, and it's a real body-giving type of instrument. I mean, you're not just holding it like with the bass, like holding your fingers and playing with your fingers. You're also blowing into it, so it's like your whole body's into the system there. It's really cool. So, that's number 10. Just to review, I asked why the bass guitar. Did you play or ever start out on guitar before the bass? I asked, what is your main bass right now? Do you prefer a 4, 5, or 6 string bass? Who was your first mentor? I asked, what playing style do you like? Is it pick, fingers, or thumping? I asked, what style of music do you love to play bass to? Do you play the upright bass violin or the synth bass? Do you play by ear, read notation, or tablature? And the last question, is there an instrument that you don't play that you wish you did? Okay. So that's going to be my bass guitar tag. And I hope that you guys embrace this and make your own video tag. And let's see who you are. And I think it would be pretty interesting, don't you? So this is Earl from the Max Proud channel. Until next bass, and hey, I will see you next time, okay?